Kokobo, are you nuts? Hey. Oh, yes. We're going to have a discussion this morning. We're going to have a discussion. Wait till everybody join in. Waiting for everybody to join in. How much money does a man need in order to date you? This is what I want to know. Very important. Man need. Okay. Waiting till everybody get up in here. Give me 1 second. I'm getting things together. We're going to have this discussion, ladies and gentlemen. I believe it's a very important topic that we absolutely need to have. There we go. All right. All right, so let's have this discussion. This is what I want to know. As we talk about this discussion, and I don't want nobody to get this conflicted, is I want to know how much money does a man needs in order to date you? And I'm talking about women, and I'm talking primarily Black women. I know that I'm not going to speak on other races because I'm not too familiar with other races. I have dated outside my race, but I have not dated outside my race exclusively, nor have I extensively outdated outside my race. I believe I dated outside my race twice, all in total. Okay, all in total. I've dated outside my race twice. So nonetheless, how much money does a man need in order to date you? Because what I found out when I was in the dating market, and women, even though most women will call me handsome, little pat on my back, most women will call me handsome, but I would get turned down left and right. Even wearing, in my opinion, nice clothing, not expensive clothing, but nice clothing, not looking like a bum, not looking like a deadbeat, not looking like I was broke, not looking like I was unemployed. But as I'm looking at women today, anywhere from 25 to 45 years of age, women are solely looking at what a man has, but not what a man values. Okay. I want to know what happened when women no longer value men anymore. Is it this feminist movement that, women are queens and men are peasants for some reason? I'm totally astonished because in the financial space, women want to be professionals. They want to be high earners, and they want a man that mirrors that same imagery of them. It amazes to me that men, we're always looked at as providers. We're looked at as a security, father figures, etc. But in this space, the projection and imagery of men gets convoluted and diluted by women. And this is not to beat up on women at all. This is just the truth as I know it as a personal experience. Right? It's almost like we should treat women as queens, but they don't treat their men as kings. Like we're always being servant. And this term simp came up because of men doing this exact same thing. I can recall many of dates that I'll be up here all day talking about all the dates I went on. And my fiance knows about this. I told her I've been over 200, 300 first dates that did not go past the first date because of the conversations that I've had with women. Automatically, they, in a sense, gave me red flags. It's like everything that I needed to have while none of the things they had together. I've been asked my credit score on the first date, which wasn't intrusive for me because I have nothing to hide. And when people use that, everybody has something to hide. I just didn't have nothing to hide about my credit score. But when I asked her credit score, she's like, oh, you've been personal. I was like, I think sometimes when men are on dates that we are in a twilight zone because we can't understand that it goes both ways in the sense of getting to know someone, being comfortable with someone. It's quite ridiculous to us that there is this perspective of women that we should be bowing down to. And I just don't get it. I mean, I don't need a woman to bow down to me, and I hopefully, women don't think they need to bow down to men. But in a sense, though, what do you want? How much does a man need in order to date you? Is it the money that I have, or is it the money that I show? Because there's an unrealistic amount of money that women want their men to have. The way I look at today's society, we're not talking about when you grew up. We're not talking about your family. We're talking about in today's society, people from 25 to 45 have this unrealistic reality on money, on materialistic value of things. First of all, you don't dress the way I like a man to dress. Well, how would you like a man to dress? Oh, I like him in name brand stuff. I like him in, urban wear, or I like him in Tom Ford suits, Gucci suits, basically showing off his wealth. Why does a man have to show off his wealth? Let me show you a picture. This is a new platform I'm using, so bear with me. But I really want to show you a picture. And again, I'm talking to Black women. I love my Black women, but everybody has to be free. And I'm going to tell you right now, ladies and men, this is not going to be one of them videos where I go back and forth on men and women. Have you seen my other two previous videos about it? I do a video for women and I do a video for men. So women are always first on my list because you guys love to go first. So here we go. So when we talk about the amount of money that men make in America, okay, we're not talking about around the world. We're talking about within your dating pool. We're talking about men around the world. So I did a simple term. I typed in rich people because when I hear Black women, no matter their class, no matter their socioeconomic level, most of them say they want a man with money. No woman wants to take care of a man, but a woman wants to be taken care of by a man. And we're going to break this down even more so. But then again, is it how much money I have or how much money that I show? Case in point, let me share this screen with you if I can figure this out. Okay, see, share screen. All right, here we go. Figured it out. All right. So when I look at these gentlemen here, who do I see from left to right? Let me blow this up so we can circle through these guys. Now, these guys are famous, but some of these guys aren't so famous. Of course, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Donald Trump. But do you know Larry Ellison? Some of you do, some of you don't. Very rich guy. Elon Musk, Larry Page, Bernard Arnault, Alice Walton, Sergey Brin, Jim C. Walton. Now, of course, most of these people look like what? Old white people, right? With all the millions and billions of dollars of wealth in America. But when you talk to Black women, they want all these rich guys. And what they're looking at are entertainers and athletes. But how many women are going to get entertainers and athletes? 1% of women, because that is the dating pool for entertainers and athletes is 1%. So it goes down to, I want a man making $80,000. And I'm scrolling through here. You don't see too many Black people because, granted, there are some Black women who don't mind dating outside their race. And there's some Black women who want to date within their race. And a lot of that has to do with maybe the way you was brought up, the way you was raised, and also what your children look like. Because you don't want to confuse your children. You are Black, you're bringing a Hispanic guy, a white Hispanic guy. If he's a Dominican, dark-skinned Dominican brother, Puerto Rican brother, okay, I can see that. But most times than not, you want you want your kids to have a father figure that looks similar to their father, or at least the same race as their father. I digress. But as I'm looking through all these rich people, okay, there's an Indian guy in here, but mostly old white people. There's an Asian dude, Jack Ma with Alibaba. You know, he passed away. But all these rich people look like what? White. This is true. This is wealth. This is rich. But this is what black women want. And then when you ask them, well, how much money does this man have to make? You hear, oh, he at least have to make 80,000, 90,000, 100,000, 120,000. And you ask them, well, where do you get this figure from? Where do you get this number from? Well, you know, I make 80,000, so he at least have to make 80,000. So what is the value of a man to you? What do you want a man for? What do you want a man for? Women used to tell me on dates all the time. All the time. I'm not bull jiving you. All the time, women used to tell me on dates that I'm old fashioned. And so the same way I'm on video is the same way I am in reality, believe it or not. I mean, I used to say, so you're old fashioned. Yeah, I'm just an old fashioned girl. I believe that a man should do this and a man should do that. So I asked, well, do you live home with your mom and dad? Oh, no. Oh, okay. Do you work? Oh, yeah, I have a job. I have a career. Okay, you have a car? Yeah, I have a car. Do you have any kids? Yeah, I have a kid. I have 2 kids. Doesn't sound old-fashioned to me. Well, what do you mean by that? You literally have a whole life before you met me, but now you want to be old-fashioned. You want me coming to your life and change your whole entire environment with my money. Because when a woman tells a man that she's old-fashioned, more times than not, she is not referring to opening doors. Open up this door, open up the car door, open up that door, pushing the cart in the grocery store, letting her go first, or going in the house first when it's dark, like male chivalry. She's not talking about that. She's talking about, I have my own career. I have my own belongings. I have my own experiences. I have my own. I have my own money. But when I get with you, I want to be old fashioned where I still want to work. Because believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, women still want to work. They still want to make their money, but they don't want to have to worry about any of the bills. But they want a man to pay for everything. But before we even get to that point of even dating them, the first, second date, it's an interview to see if you make enough money to suffice her life. Not that we can be doing better together, but can you take care of yourself? And then can you take care of me of my own? Because most women, when you start getting past the age of 30, most women have kids already, or at least a child. So already I have to come into the door taking care of another man's child. And that's what men understand that we need to do, especially if that's the type of caliber woman that we need. Then when it comes in the Black community, there's no stereotypes about a woman's attitude. I'm gonna give you my own personal statistics. 7 out of 10 Black women have some sort of negative attitude towards men. 7 out of 10. Because the amount of dates that I've been on in the past 6 to 8 years, over 200 something dates, 7 out of 10 of the women have horrible attitudes that they somehow adopted before they even got with me, but I felt the backlash from previous guys. Oh, I can't trust no. One lady told me I had to earn her trust. I said, I'm not a child. I don't need to earn anything. Either you trust or you don't. And some things you need to just keep to yourself, ladies. Some things you need just to keep to your damn self. Everything you think up here, I hope that you don't think it sounds good when it comes out of your mouth speaking to a man. And if you have some of male tendencies, like you are aggressive, but you want an alpha male, when you come on a date, when we are dating, that is a challenge. Some women believe that men want challenges. No, the hell we don't. We don't want to be challenged. We want a lady. We want a lady to be respectful, feminine, etc. And see, if you guys try to compare and contrast to dusty dudes who ain't doing nothing with their life, don't have careers or jobs, who trying to live off of ladies, just go ahead and exclude them. I'm not talking about them. But I'm talking about the women of the day, 25 to 45 years of age, that's dating men basically on the materialistic things that they see and have. I've always had my own, so that attracted some women. But then again, you know, men are out here wearing all the latest fashions. I never was a guy that wore the latest fashion. I just started buying Jordans. Because, I mean, I could find them on sale for like $120, but that's neither here nor there. But this is an unrealistic attitude and personalities that women have developed over time. And then some of them think as you get older that you become more valuable. That's a false narrative. That's totally ridiculous. Because here's the thing. I had a conversation last night in my cigar lounge. And all men agreed that they always like younger women. More times than not, you will see an older man with a younger woman. We value beauty. We value youth. You guys value materialistic things. But some of you say, no, I value a man based upon how he can take care of a family. Okay, by himself or with you. And that's the choice that women don't want to make. They want a man to come in, pay all the bills. And I know men who are like that. They don't mind paying all the bills. They don't mind paying all the bills. But there's a realistic number that you have in your head of the amount of money that men make, period. It's wrong for black men. It's wrong for Hispanic men. It's wrong for white men. And the men who are high earners, when they date you past 30 years of age and you have kids, they're just having fun with you. Most of them are having fun with you. I'm going to tell you why. I was that guy. When you came with baggage, I did deductive reasoning. I did some critical thinking. I was like, well, you know, she got 2 kids, bad attitude. She got a nice body. She's pretty. I'm going to smash about 3 or 6 months because I can't deal with that attitude. And now she asks me to paying her bill, some of her phone bill late. I'm just being real. I'm telling you, people think that guys are horrible, but the problem is women have shaped us in the past 20 to 30 years to be horrible persons. Believe it or not. No, men have always been horrible. No, because what I've noticed is that women, whatever they perceive in their mind, they believe that it's real. They think that a man is whatever they imagine, they just believe that it's real. And like, where's your proof? Now, I know the signs. I can tell. I can feel this. And where's your proof? And again, ladies, I'm not talking about dusty dudes. I'm not talking about deadbeats. I'm talking about men who actually work hard for their money, who are trying to find a lady. But the problem is this. Believe it or not, you're not going to all find this attractive women, ladies. Men date down all the time. Men date down all the time and you don't even know it. Think about it like this. If you believe that you're dating down because you have a bachelor's, master's, or a PhD and you make 80, 90, $100,000+ a year, and you believe if you date a guy who has an associate or he's a plumber or electrician and he's making 60, 70, 80, and you believe you're dating down, then that means that men have been dating down since the dawn of time. Since the dawn of time. In the now past 30 to 20 years, equality rights for everyone has helped women to be where they are. And that is what it should be. Women should do whatever they want to do, but understand, based upon what you think in your mind, doesn't make you more valuable than a man. Like, oh, I volunteer at the nearest Boys and Girls Club. I'm studying for the bar. I make $99,000 a year. So, if I date down, I'm just so confused that women would rather date a man who shows his money than a man that really has money. Because I used to wear, I still wear the same stuff. Old Navy, Aeropostale. I mean, if there were black businesses now back then, I would have bought because it was just cheap shirts, cheap this, cheap jeans, cheap pants, because I had future goals. And that's the thing. They want to date a man at the top. They never want to date a man while he's building. Or they try to change the narrative of a man. If a man is making $65,000 a year, perfectly happy with his life, he's 35, you're 30, you're like, well, what are you going to do? Are you going to start a business? Are you going to do side hustles? Are you going to? No, honey, I'm fine just like this. And you saw the thing, here's the second or third date. Oh, I need a man with potential. I need a man with goals. What you're trying to say is, I need a man who's willing to bust his butt to earn more money when that man is absolutely happy what he's doing. And you believe because he doesn't have potentials, ambitions, and goals, because these are the words that you use, but they all amount to one thing, and that is money. How is he going to earn more money? Tell you why. When I was in the military, male soldiers used to date and marry female soldiers all the time. I want to say 7 out of 10 men and women, military members who got together and got married, 7 out of 10 women got out of the military. They separated. Some women even got pregnant to get out of the military because now they was marrying a man who they knew their medical and dental, their housing, and everything else was taken care of. This is the problem in our society. This is the problem in a lot of society. And here's the truth. Let me give you a reference because I don't want to speak outside of my neck. Where am I at here? Let me give you these statistics because I believe this is very, very important. I believe it's very, very important that we understand this. African American income. See, this is putting statistics to some of the thoughts and imaginary numbers that women have in their head. Let me help you out, ladies. Black median household income is $41,000. Majority of black men, round that up, makes anywhere between $42,000 to $45,000. Black men. When you accumulate Asians, blacks, and Hispanics, that's around $63,000. We're right here. We're right here. Then it says all black workers, 2018 weekly earnings is $769. Black men weekly earnings roughly $1,000. And when we look at this, ladies and gentlemen, when we look at this, black men are probably earning $4,500 a month, which is about $54,000 a year. So if you take $42,000 to $54,000, let's just call it right slam in the middle. That majority of black men make $46,500. $46,500 a year, and you want a man making 80 grand or more. You want a man making $90,000 or more to support you and the kids you probably already brought to the relationship. Let's say if you don't have kids. Some women want a man to buy them things all the time. You love one of the love language called gift giving. You love it. You love it. I need a gift. He don't buy me nothing. He's not romantic. He don't take me to spa days. He don't get my hair and nails done. He didn't buy little June bug them shoes he wanted. My daughter Lucretia, she mad at him. She wanted a bounce house and a pony. But you guys, ladies, you're not being realistic on these hard numbers. Let me blow it up. I don't want no excuses. Oh, where you getting that information from? Blackdemographics.com. Can you argue with that? Oh, okay. But this needs to be said because men have been dealt a very rough hand. If we were playing spades, the only thing a man has is diamonds and hearts. That's all we got, diamonds and hearts. We don't got clubs and we don't got spades. And this is the problem. But women, you're more attracted to a man's money than you into a man's value. To a man's value. I can understand you being attracted to a man that takes care of himself, but now you start worrying about the materialistic. Now, I'm not saying all women, so don't get offended, but a lot of women are looking at what a guy has on. Oh, you dress like this, you dress like that. I have been through this multiple times. I went through this in high school. I grew up in a group home. I didn't have the same money of the other kids in high school who was wearing the latest fashion. And then when I got my own job, I started buying more expensive clothes that they still didn't know what I was wearing. I was wearing Dada in DC in Cardozo Senior High School way before anybody else even knew about Dada. This is an example. When I had my monster protege, women did not want to talk to me when I found out what type of car I have. And women will ask you, what type of car do you have? Or they will watch you until the car you came out of. If you guys meet on social media, if you do a blind date through a friend, women will watch the car you have, gentlemen. They will be looking at your picture. Some of them try to get there early so they see you before you see them so they can run, hide, or already have a predisposition of what they're going to be and what they're going to say on that date. So majority of women, from my experience, has been on the dollar amount that they can see, not the dollar amount that the man actually has. You don't know a man's value, and that is a problem. That's why I did that video. Black women are single as falookies. Falookies. But you know what I'm trying to say. And then I did a compare and contrast video of why black men are single. But the issue is, women, that you base men's value off what you see, not what you experience. Because here's the thing. If I come clean, dress decent for a date, we have good conversation, and I drop in my 1999 Mazda Protege, automatically you're going to think this guy doesn't have money, because these are the projections that mass media and social entertainment have shown you, that a man does not have money because he's not driving his money around. He is not wearing his money around, and that's not our problem. That's your problem. That's not our problem. That's your problem. Have you noticed some of the rich people I show, like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, before they even bought their race car, you know how much when they was worth billions of dollars? You know what type of cars they were driving around? Honda Accords. Not even fully loaded. This is the problem that women have in society. Because you don't base it off of factual information. You base it off where you are in life, and you base it off of what you think you should have. Because I can tell you already that based on what you see is not what all men have. Based on what you see is not what all men have. And this is a problem that a lot of ladies from a lot of cultures, but I'm speaking to the black women, my love. This is a problem that you have. This is the reason why you're single. This is the reason why you can't hold down a man. This is the reason why you're not in a relationship. This is the reason why most of your dates don't go past one or 2 dates. This is the reason. Because you got men like me that's sitting back and listen to every word you say out your mouth. When you start beating up your baby's daddy, we take that into account. When you start talking about materialistic and money-centric things, we take that into account. when you talk about all the issues you have with your baby daddy, with your kids not being supportive, X, Y, and Z, all the struggles you've been through, we take that into account. Because when you do these things, we have to take into account that this is what I'll be dealing with. But the issue is us. But the issue is us. And just for a very slight compare and contrast, men, I was going to say this for the second video, but here's the thing. Men, we use that to use you. We use that to use you, and it's wrong. I'm gonna be real. It's wrong. We know that you have kids. We know that you have issues. We know that you have problems. And right off the bat, we know that we don't want to deal with you on a personal level. We know that we don't want to date you. We know that we really don't want to spend money on you. But if you look good and got a nice body, we might, I guess I'll take on a couple of dates to get what I want. I'm just trying to smash a couple of times. This is the truth. But we don't want to have nothing to do with you. Your attitude is all jacked up. You coming into a relationship talking like you a man. You're talking like you are a man with inside the relationship, and this is totally wrong. And if any ladies would like to dispute this narrative, you know me. You can come right on here live with me and we can have a discussion. And we can have a discussion. I'm not above approach. And like always, I have a link in the description of the chat room of any lady who thinks that I'm wrong can come in and talk to me about it. There's like systematic reasons why most women are in and out of relationships. It's your stinking thinking. This is the reason why you're out of a relationship. This is the reason why you can't land a man even on my caliber. And I'm not a millionaire. I'm striving to be a millionaire. But what if I wasn't? What if I was just a good man that had enough money to take care of the house, this, that, and the other? Maybe can go on a vacation once a year. But you guys want more. Here's the thing, ladies. You ever thought about this? If you make more than a man, but you like that man, then you do it. Just a thought. Just a thought. Or you're going to make him feel less than a man because you make more than him. You want a good man. No, that's not what you want. You want a man that's making a lot of money. You want a man that shows he's making a lot of money. Well, what's your credit score? 680. Oh, my. Then you compare and contrast all the time. But you don't know the value of a man. He could be the best father figure for little Junebug and Lucretia. He could be great mate for you and your household or you guys' household, but you don't look at that. It's about the money. Okay, I get it. The reason why I get it, because men look at your outer appearance first and foremost. And again, these 200 plus dates I've been on, I have counseled women walking up to the table. And if anybody knows me, some people like to call me an a-hole. I just say I'm very firm and direct. I'm not an a-hole. Woman comes up to the table. We probably met on social media or something like that. And I'm looking at her. Hello, I'm Keisha. I got the picture right here because I'm looking for it, right? Keisha. You don't look like Keisha. I'm looking at this. Oh, that's me. Well, how long ago was that? Oh, that was 10 years ago and 100 pounds ago too. Men are physical. We're looking at the physical appearance of a woman, and some women will like to dupe and trick men. That's inherently natural to us. It's inherently genetically natural to us to look at a woman and feel attraction. See, a man may not look handsome. He may look okay. You won't say, oh, he's handsome, he's sexy. You won't say that. But you'll look at his money and he'll be attractive. You may find his intellect attractive. You may find the way he carries himself attractive. Women like to see men in powerful position. That's attractive. But men, we're simple. We don't care about your position. We don't care about your money. We're looking at you like, ooh, look at that fine thing there. I know that sounds like from the 70s or 80s, but you know. The point I'm making is we're looking at you. You're looking at everything else. Was he confident? Did he come up with his head up? Was he a man's man? You know, we're not looking at that. We're looking at you and your shape. We're looking at the face. We're looking at your forearms. We're looking at your hips, your thighs, your butt. We're looking at everything. Do you got cellulite? But not wear no shorts. How does she look in the sundress? Does it bounce? These are the things that men look at. But you would try to trick men and tell us it's not all about physical appearance. Yes, it is for us. This is how we are physically attractive. That's why when a man says you look sexy, that's a code word for I want to have sex with you. Sexy. See, women take it as a compliment, but I don't know if they really compute that a man is saying, hey, girl, I'm trying to smash. I'm trying to smash. You look sexy as hell. That's what we're trying to say. And when you don't have on seductive clothing and you look elegant, we say, oh, you're very beautiful. You're very beautiful. You're one of the most gorgeous ladies I've ever met. You look ravishing. We start upscaling our vocabulary to meet the way you look. Then when you look decent, we say, oh, you're very cute. You see how it went down? You're very cute. But you can't come up there like you're a Teletubby or you're Barney talking about it's about my worth. What are you going to do for a man that a man can't do for himself? Because last time I checked, when women say they want kids, you need a man for that unless you're going to do in vitro. And most women don't want to do it the surgical way. They want it the natural way. So in order to get a man, you got to start a relationship. And some of you are not fit for relationships. And you know this. Because you're first and foremost, the one thing you're not is cooperative, feminine. You're not none of these things. So this is why you have issues. You're argumentative and you're aggressive. And that's like bug spray for men. That's like bug spray. It repels us. Ah! I can't mess with her. And again, there's a few of us that will deal with your trifling ass until we get that ass. We will deal with our trifling ass until we get that ass. That's just the truth. That is just the truth as I know it. That is the truth as I know it. You come in on a date or 2 dates or 3 dates, or when you get comfortable within that relationship, and men already know that you are a victim. She's a victim. What did I mean? Well, we have a checklist. And you're the one we're just trying to smash. You're not date worthy. And we be sure damn fool enough to engage to you. Oh, hell no. Not with that attitude. Not with your baggage. And some women would like to believe that their status on their job or their intellect means anything to men. It's hilarious because we don't care. We care about how you look, how you carry yourself. Are you respectable? Are you nurturing? Do you have a sense of servitude? That is the issue. And a lot of you will say, well, you dealt with so much BS that you can't do it no more. And if that is the case, then stop dating. Stop dating, because you're going to attract the wrong men, and then your perspective of men is going to change based upon the dusty dude that you allow with that negative attitude. Any man that tells you he likes a woman with a little bit of spice, that you're a firecracker, and he likes that, you're destined to be single and alone forever, because that relationship don't work out, or he's going to end up beating that ass. That is the issue. There's a level of respect that needs to be had between men and women. And because of this feminist movement has literally curtailed the minds and perspectives of that men are overly misogynistic in a way how they go about women, that there's no more chivalry, there is no more gentlemen. Yes, they are. You're just not meeting them because of you. It could be based on a lot of factors. It could be your environment. It could be the way you dress. It could be the way you talk. It could be the way you even walk and carry yourself. Men do not want to be part of that nonsense. And some of you may believe, well, you know, that I know how I have a lot of baggage, but I still have worth. And then I ask that, well, what worth do you believe you bring to the table? And they give the most basic answers. They want everything from a man while bringing no value to the man himself. And you guys need to figure out where you fall at. Are you willing to pay majority of the bills? Because the higher you go up in the income bracket, the amount of men that you want, they decrease exponentially. And then as you do it by race, whether it be black, white, Hispanic, or Asian, it still decreases because now your pool of men are smaller, so you have slim pickings. And guess what? Men who make, anywhere from 85, believe it or not, 85 to $400,000 a year, they pretty much have the choice of women that they want. I'm just saying. So you with your bad attitude, or your triple B. Anybody know what the triple B is? Bad built body. You know, you walk in and your stomach is swish-swashing around your waist. That's a bad built body. And you believe that because you are a manager on your job, you take care of your kids, you're a good mom, like that cares for me, and that you make, let's say, $90,000, $120,000 a year. That means nothing for a man. But then again, you have all these stipulations of what a man should be and have and what you see. And more times than not, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of women that are not even recovering. They're suffering from previous encounters with other men, i.e. marriage, i.e. relationship, or just encounters in general. And for somehow your perspective and narrative of men is that all men are this way, but you still want a man, but you still believe there's good men. There's good men, but you're not going to meet them. You go about it the wrong way. Men essentially want women who take care of themselves. And I can tell you right now, and men, we'll be fat, we'll be overweight. We still want a woman who take care of herself. Because men, we can be big. I'm a big guy. My lady, she knows. But here's another thing about my lady. This because she's sitting right there. And I'm speaking strongly, and she knows how I am. She was like that before she met me. It wasn't like I had some sort of like, babe, if I get with you, you got to be, I know you're 5'6", but you're going to have to get down to 130. Like, no. She already knew as a lady to take care of herself. That majority of black women are overweight and obese. And somehow during this feminist movement, that being big and black, talking about voluptuous, and oh, she big bone. Have you noticed all the men who said that you were big bone, they just smashed and left you because they don't really want a big bone woman. They don't really want a big woman. Or where I live in the South, and all the women in the South ain't fat. All the women in the South ain't fat. I'm gonna tell you when I see a fat lady, when I see a fat woman, I'm gonna tell you what I think right off the bat. She could be shapely too. Let's just keep it real. She can be shapely. I said she's on the verge of death. That's what I think. I'm thinking about she's gonna have bad knees, bad back, because a lot of times bigger women tend to have bigger breasts because a lot of the fat tissue goes to their breasts, so they're gonna have a bad back. And then I can even get more detailed than that. They got to buy bigger clothes, and it's more expensive. They're gonna have health issues, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, high this, high that, and then if she doesn't like to work out. The list goes on and on and on. But ladies, here's my thing. Here's my thing. The way you go about having a man, is it the money that he shows or the money that he has? You'll never know how much money a real man has unless you date him. But it amazes me that if I come on a date, it's a regular date, we're going to and I had this lady to tell me this bull crap before. I think for a first date, I was taking her to Applebee's or Chili's, some on that level, right? $1 sign, $2 signs when you look it up on Yelp or Google. She's like, oh, I don't go to restaurants like that. I said, oh, does McDonald's and Burger King suffice? Is that good enough? Oh no, and in my area, here's some of the restaurants. Oh no, I go to like Pacific Grill or El Gacho's. Like these are like, you're gonna end up spending $100, $200. I'm like, I said, well, I don't like those restaurants. Oh, why you don't like those restaurants? Those are good restaurants. I said, they are great restaurants. So you've been, yeah, I like them, but I don't like to take women on the first date there. Well, why not? I'm not willing to forego that much money on the first date that I have no idea where it's going to go. I'm okay with Applebee's and Chili's. Guess what? We can just do drinks. You don't even have to eat. Oh, well, if you're not willing to spend any money on me, then why would I even go out with you? I don't know you. You know what I can do with $100? Do I need to pop up my portfolio? Do you know what I can do with $100? Do you know what I can do with $100? That's what I want to know. Because quite frankly, I can do this with $100. I can take that, put it in my portfolio, and gain 218% on my portfolio. That's what I can do with $100. Just saying. I'm just saying. That's what I can do. So I'm not going to invest $100 on you, and I don't even know you, but you want me to come out and forego all this money. And it's sometimes, men, sometimes that's a test to see if you have money. If you want to squabble over a 4-star, 5-star restaurant. But what they don't understand is I'm not willing to spend that much money on you off the bat. That's what I'm not willing to do. Because we understand that men, we are visual creatures. Do you look visually good to us? But this narrative in this new society has changed. Where women come on date, it's not all about the physical appearance. It's not all about sex. Ladies, you're talking about your criteria for you. Understand, we are different. We're both Homo sapiens, but we are different sex. We have different views. Our thought pattern. We accept that you want a man to come in and pay all your bills. We accept and we know that you want to be taken care of. But you don't look at the other narrative that you have to be physically pleasing to us. And then you have to be respectful. You have to be feminine. But when you are aggressive, when you are out of shape, when you come with all your kids and your baby daddies, then you still want a man that values that trash. Come on. What are you bringing to the table other than your damn attitude? Then, well, you know, if I make 80 grand, if I make 100 grand, he got to at least be making how much I'm making. Why? Why? Because you want to be taken care of. And guess what? If a man is going to take care of you, then you need to be good to look at. When I wake up, I'm like, damn, the mistake I made last night. Shit. Can't do this again. These are the issues. These are the problems. Your mothers, your fathers have lied to you. I don't know why your father will lie. I have no idea why your father, but some fathers have lied. And I know, depending on your certain backgrounds, that education, your profession is the most important thing. But look here. You ever heard that term, we ain't getting no younger? Let's go ahead, you know, is it jagged edge? We ain't getting no younger. Yes, as we get older, and I mean women, not we as in men, your value starts to decline rapidly. And as men get older, we tend to make more money. But a lot of women would like to dismiss men when they're 25, 30. But about the time men make, you know, reach the age 35, 40, they're at least making, you know, black men are making 75, 80 grand. But the majority of black men right now are only making, as I said before, 46,500. And even you say, well, I don't date black men, I date white men, I date Hispanic men. Okay, they're only making like 58 grand. Majority of men. Okay, as I showed you the statistics before, and we did an average, okay? And we did an average when we look at the median household income is less than $42,000. And then we come down here to black men, okay? They're making like $1,000. Excuse me, black men are making like 800 and all men are making like 1,000. So, but we can say black men are making 4,000 a month, which is what, 50 grand a year. But you're asking this high price tag, but then he has to deal with all this. Essentially to him initially is situations he has to configure. In a short term of a word, we're talking about baggage, but it's situations he has to really figure out in his mind, is this worth it? Is she worth it? Is she worth it? What's her countenance? What's her attitude? What's her personality? But before we get to all that, how does she look naked? Got to be more careful. Hopefully I'm freeing somebody, and hopefully somebody ain't getting upset. I'm just trying to help my beautiful black women out there to understand men just a little bit more. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. Good morning, Miss Curly Curl. Thank you for moderating. I do appreciate that. We got a lot of people in the chat room today. I want to show some of your messages. Cloud Lauren says, a greater question may be, what does a relationship mean to a man or a woman? Then you may know why a certain party puts a number on what their spouse should earn. A greater question may be, what does a relationship mean to a man or a woman? You know, for men, and I can't speak for all men. I'm only one man. I can speak for a lot of my friends. A lot of us at a certain time of our life, we just want companionship. But we want that companionship to be friendly. We want that companionship to be passionate, cooperative. I mean, we don't want to be arguing. And believe it or not, as I told you guys before when I first started this live stream, that I've been over in the past 6 to 8 years, I've been on more than 200 something dates that didn't go past the first date because women had freaking nasty attitudes based upon preconceived notions and or PTSD from their last relationship and thinking I'm like him. Like, hold up, was he dark skinned? Was his head shaped like mine? Did he have the same vocal box? Did he sound like me? Did he enunciate his words like me? Then why in the hell are you judging me like him? Oh, because I done dated a couple of men. And why are you on a date? You are not fit for dating. let alone marriage. You're not fit. You need help. Go seek professional help. This is the issue. Women don't believe nothing is wrong with them. Women don't believe nothing is wrong with them, but I'm here to tell you, you might have some sort of PTSD or trauma that you need to handle before you go back out into the dating world, because men will use you. I know I'm not perfect, but there was a time in my life, smack between 22 to 32, where I had a decision on every date I went on. Every date I went on. Man, she pretty big, but you know, she got a big butt and she cute. I'll smash. You ain't gonna date her or not? Nah. She don't take care of herself. Why would I date her? She got, I'm not doing I'll smash though. Oh, she's good enough to smash, but she ain't good enough to date. Yeah. And some of you are like, that's so jacked up. But that is the truth when it comes to men. But a lot of this has to do with females thinking that they're more valuable in their current state than they are actually in compared to all other women. This is not the truth as you see it, ladies. Take all whatever lenses that you're looking through and do the same thing that some men have figured out. Don't look at it from my perspective. Look at it from a female perspective, or talk to females to get their perspective. The problem is women talk to other women about men. So if none of those women have any good stories to tell or any good perspectives or narratives to talk about, then guess what? It's just a bunch of negative ass women being negative about men. Then going back out with that negative attitude, developing a negative personality, then wonder why they're having problems with men. This is the problem. Because we know that basically, women, it's about the money that we show, not the money that we really have. That's what it's about. Thank you, Learning Every Day, for being a moderator and as well as contributing to the channel. I do appreciate your love offering, brother. I do appreciate your support. Let's talk about it. I tried to talk to a lady at 7-Eleven before I met my lady. She basically ignored me. I paid for my slush and got in my 300 sitting on 24s and a body kick, and she was knocking on my window. Really, bruh? Really? And I don't mean to shame none of my guys out there, but bruh, I don't know where you live, but a lot of my friends, let me just say this, a couple of them are millionaires, and some of them are doing very, very well. The kind of the sectors and areas we go into, our 300 sitting on 24s, that's like, I don't even know how to respond to be respectful, man. Let's just put it that way. It tells me already what type of caliber women and the type of neighborhoods you're in. The guys I'm talking about, they have Audis, they have Maseratis, they have BMWs, they have Escalades. A 300, 20, 30 grand, nah. The guys I'm talking about, their cars are 60 grand up to like 150 grand. And that's not to belittle you, brother. I'm just saying that the women that you're dealing with in that area, based upon your current ride, that's ghetto fabulous to me, okay? Here's another one for Robbie Rob. I feel like when you are impressed by trinkets, it is easy to be deceived. Funny things about trinkets is they perceive value isn't usually the real value. That I agree with. Very, 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 very good point, okay? Now, is there anybody who would like to join me here? I'm going to once again put out that invitation for you guys. And any ladies want to join me? No men. I want any lady out there with a perspective. Okay. Either you agree or disagree. Okay. Either you agree or disagree. We can talk about it with or without your video here. Here's Miss Curly Girl, one of my moderators. If you would like to support the channel, Thank you, Miss Curly Girl. I do appreciate that, my sister. Here's Miss One. One of a wife's function is being a peaceful place for her husband. Well, thank you, young lady. Thank you. Thank you. Because here's the thing. I'm a very verbal and social guy. There's a lot of men who are not so much social. They don't like really talking about certain things, but I do. But me and my lady, we're she tells me I'm her best friend. I say, what about, this girl, that girl, that girl? No, babe, you're my best friend. Those are my friends. That meant a lot to me. So we can come to each other without ridicule. And here's another question I had. I told this guy, I said, hey, listen, if your lady controls you, then that's not your lady, that's your mama. We just say, hey, babe, I'm going here. Okay, babe, talk to you when you get back. Babe, I'm going to Brazil on my retirement trip. Okay, babe, be safe. Babe, I'm driving to Houston. Okay, honey, you need any money? Okay, be safe. That's another issue. Women believe that they're the mother of their... Now, granted, some men do let off like they need a mother figure, but I'm not talking about these dusty dudes out here. I'm talking about real men, real alpha men. And men, do not be afraid to be an alpha male. Don't let this overly masculinity, man. You know what? That's another video. That's another video. I don't want to go on that tangent. Okay. Let's see what Joel says. He said, we all have faults, but the question is, how many are you willing to deal with? Touche. Quantum, vortex, energy. For a large percentage of women, marriage is like landing a dream job. Then a couple years later, demanding half ownership in the business that hired you. Family law overwhelmingly favors women. The comments you get here, man, I tell you. Let's talk about it. One more here. I have over 9 figures in disposable income, no debt, good health, no kids. What is missing from my life? I just want to say that I'm going to believe that quantum vortex energy is a man. I'm going to say whatever you believe that you're missing. If you don't believe that you're missing a woman, if you're part of this red pill crowd, or if you're part of this MGTOW crowd, men that go their own way. Anybody heard of these groups? I believe Kevin Samuels, the way he speaks on his broadcast, very intelligent guy, very elegant guy, very, very intelligent. I watch some of his information. I believe he's a red pill guy, because he's still going out dating. I think he may be looking for a wife. I don't know, but I believe he's a red pill, meaning these men understand women and how they perceive and look at things. And they're not in this simp reality that these like bound down to a woman. No, I'm a man. I'm an alpha male. They understand their positioning. And they understand where they want their woman to be positioned at. That's called the red pill in a sense. Then you have these MGTOW men that go their own way. They just don't have no obligation to. They don't even want a woman. No cohabitation with the women. They may randomly have sex with a woman here and there, but they don't want to have nothing to do with women at all. So these are the type of men. And I was a red pill man. I was out there like, I think I can find it, but if not, I'm okay too. But I was still looking for it. But I was okay if I didn't find it, if that makes any sense. Okay? Well, that's the show for today, or, my program. I just want to kind of give you guys that narrative, ladies who may need some help or some sort of information of what men are really thinking and what men are really looking at. We're looking at your physical appearance. We're not looking at what house you have, what job you have, what car you have, how much money you have, what degrees you have. We're not looking at that. We're looking at you. Because guess what? The type of women I come at, like, I can change your life. But you will never see it. You will never see it. I'm hopping out my 99 Mazda Protege. Hello, my name is Igor. Would you like to date? Hell no, creep. Then I get my fake Bentley with a Tom Ford or Tom Willis suit on. Can't afford Tom Ford. I can't afford Tom Ford, Tom Willis. And I get my fake Bentley and I drive off to my house. This is Financial Literacy 101. Ladies, learn men and be inspired. I'm out.